everyone, welcome back to my astrology channel. Now this video is the January 2022 astrological reading for the sign of Cancer. Now if you have your sun, moon or rising in the sign of Cancer, then this video is for you. Now before I start, I really want to thank everyone who has liked, commented and subscribed to my channel. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Now those who haven't yet, please do subscribe to my channel because there's a lot more content coming in the year 2022 which I'm really excited about, and you don't want to miss on those information because it's going to be very informative and can create awareness in your life to make more alert and aware decision and more conscious decision. So do subscribe and stay tuned for more content coming through in 2022. Now let's begin with the January 2022 astrological reading for you, Cancer. Now to begin with, the month of January is going to have a lot of Capricorn energy because there's Venus already in the sign of Capricorn, plus there will be Mercury and Mars moving in the sign of Capricorn. Besides that, there will be a new moon occurring at the beginning of the month in the sign of Capricorn and a full moon occurring in your sign, Cancer, towards the middle of the month on the 17th of January, and that is on the Cancer and Capricorn axis. So there's a lot of Capricorn influence, and Capricorn is the opposite sign, Cancer, so that is your 7th house, your house of relationship. So let's begin from the beginning of the month, step by step. What are the astrological energies available for you to use and make the best decision? So the month opens with a retrograde Venus in your relationship house, in your 7th house. Now Venus is about relationship already, so when it's in a retrograde motion in your relationship house, there is a kind of an energy of rethinking, reassessing, reevaluating your relationships, especially if you have taken a decision during this retrograde or even before that. You are really rethinking about it because there can be conflicts or challenges in your relationship matters, and this can be personal and business both. If you're in a business partnership, you are probably reassessing and want to renegotiate whatever the dealings are, the relationship, the business dealings, you want to reassess that. So definitely this is the energy for the month of January. Now you may also feel that you have to sacrifice some of your ideals to achieve a balance in your relationship and not to have too much conflict in there. So that's your Venus retrograde energy. Now on the 2nd of January, Mercury is going to move in the sign of Aquarius, and new moon is going to occur on in the sign of Capricorn. Now Aquarius is your 8th house, Cancer, and Capricorn is your 7th house. So with Mercury in your 8th house, you are probably inclined to use your persuasive communication to influence others, and your mental prowess and your mental agility. You're very active during this time in terms of how to communicate in terms of your intimate environment, because 8th house is about your intimacy, close unions, even business unions, collaborative, cooperative unions. So you're definitely very much looking at these matters, and you want to influence through your communication and make an impact basically. So that's your Mercury in Aquarius in your 8th house. Now with new moon in the sign of Capricorn in your 7th house, there's a lot of new fresh energy in your 7th house in your relationship. So you could be committing yourself or moving in together, or maybe a marriage can occur, or maybe you want to set things in motion, set the intention for these things during this time. You're also very serious about your relationship during this time because Capricorn brings in that serious practical energy. With new moon here, you're very eager to bring that fresh energy in your relationships. So you're really definitely more realistic and practical, and if there's something that's not working out, you are probably inclined to move away from that and move on to something that is more serious and tangible. Now on the 5th of January, Cancer, Venus in the sign of Capricorn in your 7th house will be sextiling Neptune in the sign of Pisces in your 9th house. So this Venus and Neptune energy can sometimes mean you're in an unrealistic fantasy land where your relationship is concerned, or you're very inspired to have a more sensitive and compassionate connection with your loved one during this time. So it can go either way. Now you may be inclined to make sacrifice as well, sacrifice your own needs to find a balance in your relationship during this time. So find a balance between your needs and other people's needs, especially your loved ones, because if you are compromising too much, it can lead to unrealistic expectations and illusions in your relationship. So you don't want that. So think from a practical viewpoint rather than unrealistic ones. Now on the 11th of January, Mars in Sagittarius will be squaring Neptune in the sign of Pisces. Now Sagittarius is your 6th house and Pisces is your 9th house. So the 6th house and 9th house matters are squaring. Now this can mean that you feel maybe discouraged or doubtful regarding your own capabilities in your daily life, and you're unsure of what you want to do, how you want to do it in terms of your daily life, how you want to go forward. So it's very important to keep a positive mindset, positive value, positive belief system, how you see it. So keep a positive mindset, because you may question what you are doing in your life during this time, in your daily routine and in your work. Health matters as well. So it's very important to keep a positive perspective during this time. Now on the 14th of January, Mercury, which had moved in the sign of Aquarius early in the month, is going to turn retrograde in the sign of Aquarius in your 8th house. So when Mercury goes retrograde, old matters, intimate matters, secrets can come to surface. Things that were hidden from you may come to light, and you may know about those matters during this time. So it's important to balance your energies in terms of your value system and how much you're giving and how much you're receiving in terms of your intimacy, the efforts in relationship. Is it just you who's giving and not receiving anything? So there needs to be a balance. So it's very important to do that. Also your finances and shared value and shared resources, you need to look into that. If you are exerting more than you are receiving back, and if there's a need to find a balance. So there's a need to reassess and rethink about these matters during this time. Now on the 17th of January, Cancer, there is a full moon occurring in your sign in your 1st house. So this is the time of your self-image, your own personal destiny, your personal priorities. All these things going to be more clear, will come to light, will be more illuminated during this time. Also with full moon in your 1st house, the sun will be in the sign of Capricorn in your 7th house during the full moon. So your relationship axis is coming into spotlight during this time. So there might be any kind of revelation, maybe a need for adjustment and releasing any kind of old stuck energy where your relationship is concerned, how you see yourself, your relationship with yourself and your relationship with others, especially any loved ones in your life. Now on the 18th of January, Uranus is going to go direct in the sign of Taurus in your 11th house. Now Uranus was in a retrograde motion for the last few months, but on the 18th January it's going direct. So in the 11th house, when it goes direct, you may feel some kind of sense of erratic behavior or instability or imbalance in your social group. So it's very important to know what is your need and not just get carried away by whatever the people around you are saying, or social circle, your friends. Don't get too much influenced by them. Don't get swayed by what others are saying around you, especially your friend circle, and really focus on your own needs. And this way you may avoid any kind of confrontation or conflicts that may arise, or any kind of imbalanced energy in your social circle, in your friend circle. Now on the 18th of January, North Node is going to shift in the sign of Taurus for the next 18 months. And Taurus is your 11th house, and South Node is going to be in the sign of Scorpio in your 5th house. So wherever North Node is, that's where your focus is for that period of time. Now the eclipses is also going to occur on this axis, so you will experience a lot of changes, transformation on this axis of your 11th and 5th house matter. So 11th house is about your social circle, your collaborations, and your professional gains, and the 5th house is about your own self-expression, your own solo project, also your children. So maybe you're a little bit more focused on your 5th house matter during this time, but there might be circumstances arising or challenges arising that will make you focus on your collaboration and your your group projects and all control that. So you find a balance between both the energies so that you're able to, achieve whatever you want to achieve during this 18 months period, Cancer. Now on the 24th of January, Mars is going to move in the sign of Capricorn in your 7th house. Now Mars is about energy, so it can either bring conflict or passion in your relationship. So be careful how you are dealing with things. So if there's any kind of conflict arising, make sure you have honest conversation to resolve these matters. So lead from a more practical, responsible place, and if you have to work hard in your relationship during this time, it's a good idea to do that, especially if the relationship means a lot to you. And this is both in your personal partnership relationship and business partnership as well. So both ways, there's a lot of energy coming in when Mars moves in the sign of Capricorn. Now on the 25th of January, the retrograde Mercury that is moving through Aquarius in a retrograde motion moves back in the sign of Capricorn, which is your 7th house. So again, there's a lot of Capricorn 7th house relationship emphasis in your life, Cancer, in the month of January. So you are reassessing, reevaluating your relationship, any communication gaps there might, if there is any communication gap in your relationship, this is the time to reassess that and really look at how you can communicate better and more effectively in your relationship. Now on the 28th of January, this retrograde Mercury will meet up with Pluto in the sign of Capricorn, again in your 7th house, your relationship house. So Mercury is communication and rethinking during this time, because it's in a retrograde motion, and Pluto is the intensity, is the influencing, and it's a powerful energy. So your communication in your relationship, the conversation you're having can be very intense, powerful, and can either influence other people or can really put them off. And if you come across too strong on your relationship with your loved ones, they may resist. So be mindful how you're using this powerful energy. Now to end the month, on the 29th of January, Venus is going to finally be in a direct motion in the sign of Capricorn in your 7th house, in your relationship house. So you will be definitely seeking more harmony, balance, want to get along more in your relationship. So just be careful you're not bending backwards to please other people. So keep your needs in mind and needs of others as well. So find a balance and find the harmony and the imbalance that you're seeking in relationship. This can also be a time when you are committing to somebody, maybe making it official or moving in together. So this is a great time for relationship to take any kind of relationship matters forward. So Cancer, this was your January 2022 astrological reading. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you can use the content information provided in this video and make conscious decision and have more awareness regarding what's happening in your life during this time. So thank you very much. Have a great January 2022 and Happy New Year. Thank you.